Hi, it's Larry J. Feldman, owner of Career Changers USA, and I have a pretty simple question. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? Look, I don't care how good you are or how intent you are moving forward, we all could be better at something. And do you know how important it is to occasionally look in the mirror and say, I'm doing this, and this, but how about if I did that? How about if I worked on it? There's a famous quote George Martin said about the Beatles records. He said, "We didn't stop until there was no chance for further improvement." There's a reason Abbey Road sounds as good as it does. It comes down to pushing ourselves, to saying, wait a minute, I'm really good at this, but maybe not so good at that. Or, gosh, what would happen if I was a little more effective at one thing or the other? When we get into self-examination, when we start looking in the mirror and being more critical of ourselves than the people around us, miraculous things can happen. It feels good to improve. We hate it, let's face it, we hate to change, and we hate it when people maybe give us constructive criticism that we don't quite accept as constructive criticism. But the beauty of life is we can always grow, we can always get better, we can always improve, and it feels good to get better and to improve. I've run into some very stubborn people over the years and worked with them and made them a little better. And they came to me and said, you know what, I was a little resistant at first, but I'm glad I took the shot. Think about it. We're here for a finite time on earth. Why wouldn't we want to be as good as we could possibly be, as many things as we can possibly be? Why would we ever want to say, yeah, it's close. By the way, I hate these expressions like it is what it is or whatever. Let's make these things work. Let's make ourselves as good as we possibly can be. And listen, whatever level you attain, aren't you going to feel a little better about yourself because at least you tried? I never understood people who are like, yeah, it is, it's close enough, whatever. Let's make ourselves better. Let's look in the mirror and say, you know what, I like myself, but if I could only do this a little better, if I could only improve this thought process, if I could be a little smoother with something, hey, and it doesn't have to be work-related. Maybe it's being a little bit more patient of a spouse or a father or a wife or a husband or a mother. All these things can, if we look in the mirror and we're clear-eyed, can make a big change, not only in our life, in all the lives of the people around us. Newton's law was everything has an equal and opposite reaction. When we change things, when we make different changes in our lives, it has these big ripples that go out everywhere. So rather than being in love with yourself, even if you're doing a heck of a job, maybe write down what's the one thing about yourself you'd like to change. Try it. I mean, tell me, what exactly is it you have to lose? Not too much. I'm Larry J. Feldman, Career Changers USA, and thank you for listening to my Larry Talk.